Plaintiff Sharonda Green met the defendant through a sister she never knew she had until 11 years ago. Sharonda claims the defendant raised her sister, and he's a great guy, but she suspects he may be abusing drugs. She's suing him today for breach of contract and emotional distress. Defendant Cecil Thompson admits that he's an alcoholic, but denies abusing drugs of any kind. Cecil believes Sharonda has a crush on him because once he met another woman, Sharonda started giving him attitude. Cecil's countersuing for car repairs.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I know Cecil through a sister that I never knew I had. She came and knocked on the door about 11 years ago. Sorry. About 11 years ago, saying, hey, I'm your sister. Me and my twin sister, we were like, hey, we don't know nothing about you. Where did you come from? And my father actually confirmed that, yeah, this is your sister. I just never told y'all about it.
11 years ago?
11 years ago. I have some pictures.
Let's see it, please. My sisters that I didn't know about showed up about 20 years ago, but
So-
she was able to track you guys down. How did you all receive her?
Oh my gosh, I was in shock at the time. I was pregnant, so I was very emotional because she was happy, but she was angry at the same time. And she was like, he didn't care about me. And I was like, my daddy cares about all his kids.
Did you all embrace her?
Oh yes,
Good.
We are the best of friends. We are the
Good.
three amigos. We are thicker than
Good.
blood.
And I did the same. I embraced my sisters, even though I had not known them.
Yeah.
And they did know I existed, though.
She treats us like we treat each other, like
Good.
we never, like it was never a difference between the way we loved each other.
Good.
Now, that's how we were actually introduced to Cecil. Cecil is a wonderful man for the simple fact that he raised my sister since she could walk.
God bless
She
you.
loves Cecil.
Thank you, sir.
Cecil is a father figure, and not just a father figure to her, but to my children, AKA his grandchildren, because all of our kids, even though Pawpaw Cecil came from out of nowhere, they still love Pawpaw Cecil.
Okay, great. And let me hear from you a little before we go further. And I applaud you because you stepped in. I had a relative. I had a distant cousin, Addison Hines. My mother, when I was very uncontrollable street kid, she had him try and mentor me. He did a little better, but when she died and I came out of jail, he's the one that got me in college.
Okay.
So in many ways, he was someone who stepped in for my father, Addison Hines, and I better not say it too many more times because it's gonna cost me another check. I keep telling you, Addison, I paid you off, man. Addison, you know I'm having fun with you, I love you. But go ahead. You're not shaking her down for ever since then, have you?
No, sir.
All right. Let me hear your side. Tell me about the sister you helped raise.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
I met her mom back in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was playing semi-pro baseball. And when I met her mom, my mom was running track. And she was like about maybe 1.5. And when I was invited to dinner, first thing came out of her mouth was, Daddy. I'm like, okay.
How old was she again?
1.5.
1.5.
And, you know, when I married her mom, I adopted her.
Good.
You know.
Go ahead.
Well,
so you all met, you all getting along, and
All
everything
getting
was all right.
along. We're a great family, but you know, like I said, Cecil's a wonderful man, but he does have his issues. When you're around him, he's not drinking, he's good, but when he drinks, sometimes he doesn't realize the things he does or he says it affects others.
You a mean drunk or a loving drunk?
It depends on what day it is.
Okay.
Depends
or what he's been drinking, but most of
Depends
the
on
time,
if you agitate me.
yeah, it's most of the time it's very agitated.
He's
To
a
the
mean
point-
drunk.
Yeah, it's to the point to where I was kind of like, okay, something else has to be going on. This has to be a drug, some drugs or something else going along with this mixture of attitude.
Wow, what
and
was he
anger.
doing? Give me
It's
some
just-
examples.
It's just okay, so when I was younger, I was addicted to drugs for about 13 years. And a lot of things he does, I see as addictive habits. I was addicted to cocaine. And during this time, I lost my kids, I lost my family. Everyone just kind of like started getting away from me because they treated me like as if I was a disease. I've seen a lot of that in him. because we've all been pushing away from him. Nobody wants anything to do with him because he keeps like doing certain things.
Okay, so you're obviously a recovering drug addict.
Yes,
And you're
sir.
going on the symptoms that you see.
In all reality,
Has he ever admitted or denied using crack? Anybody alleged that he was on crack?
my younger sister Toya said that back in the days that Cecil had a problem.
And did he ever admit to it, or you don't know?
I'm not sure.
We're going to see if he's a crackhead or a recovering addict right now.
But also,
Hold on, we're going to see whether
Okay.
he's a recovering addict and tells the truth, or whether he's a crackhead and he's still lying.
Okay.
You ever been on crack?
Oh, sir.
All right.
Alcoholic? Yes.
Yeah.
But no. Smoked a little marijuana? Yes.
Okay.
I never did crack.
Okay. So
it's not true.
we'll move on. You did a great job with the young lady, so I'm going to give
Thank
you
you.
the benefit of that.
Thank you, sir.
What's this mean drunk about?
Well, I mean,
Be a loving drunk if you're going to be a drunk.
with me, let's have a good time and go home drunk. You know?
That's right, a good drunk. That's
Yeah,
right.
good drunk.
All right. This contract, what happened here?
So in March 2019, I had a 2010 Nissan Armada that I could no longer take care of the note. And Cecil came to me and was like, I can take over the note. So we came into agreement that he would pay $296 every 2 weeks for the vehicle. He was up to date on the vehicle. Last payment he made was August 30th. Since then, he has not made a single payment on this vehicle. Here
And-
are actually the vehicles and payments that were made, and the last notice that I got.
What's the emotional distress for?
The emotional
Let's see it.
distress is about since he's had the car. I've been up. I've been having anxiety attacks. I'm trying to retrieve this car, and then with the fact that every time I call Cecil, something's going on. Oh, Cecil's in jail. Oh, or the car's in the
In
pan.
jail? Let me leave it alone. He's
Yeah.
such a nice guy to raise that young lady. I'm not
So
going to do too much
I'm
to
like,
him.
Cecil's in jail. I'm trying to get him to get the car back. He's constantly lying to me, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm coming with the car." I also have text messages from the contact that
Okay.
me and him been having back and forth.
All right, let me hear from you, sir. What about this failure to pay?
First off, Your Honor, that was not the agreement. When I first got into town, we go meet her for breakfast. I didn't think nothing of it. She slid over by me, started questioning me about my single life and how, because I had just come out of a divorce.
What?
So after that, I didn't pay no attention. We went out on my birthday. And I was gonna ask her baby daddy, I was gonna ask him if I could dance with her before he could even say, yeah. She grabbed my hand, we went out there on the floor, got to dance, and had a good time. After I met another young lady, I started getting attitudes. She changed on me after that.
Because you wouldn't go with her.
No, I don't. I didn't realize that she might have had a little like towards me.
And she changed because you started liking another woman.
Yes.
So that means she changed because you wouldn't go with her.
I guess, I
There's
guess
so many things wrong with everything he's saying.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
just
even know
going
where
what the
to
man
begin.
said. He said you're here suing him because he wouldn't go with you.
Never. That's where that crack.
That's what they get
that
mad.
stuff
That's
comes
where the
from.
crack come in.
That's where that comes from. 'Cause there's no way.
She said that's proof,
That's
Judge.
it right there.
She said that's
That's
conclusive
right.
evidence that he's a
verbal-
crackhead for him to think that I
verbal-
would date him.
I got witnesses to say she transformed on me, sir.
All right. Tell me about being late, however.
Okay.
Were you late?
Yeah, I was
All
late.
right. So you should have gave in.
No,
When
because-
you became late, instead of getting sued, you should have gave in.
listen to me,
She
Your
said,
Honor.
how many times you need
Okay.
me to come? How many times you
She-
need me to
she,
come through there, baby, to get rid of this lawsuit? Now, I know you've been wanting me and such and such and such and such, and you harassed me
Yeah.
about this money. I'll
That-
just come through. How many times
Our
you need me
agreement
over
was,
there?
sir, agreement was she, if I ever got behind, that she would help me because the reason why I had the vehicle is because of her credit.
There was never an agreement at any point in time for me to help him pay the bill. Yes, he was the reason he had the car.
You know you want that, man. Look at it.
No, I can't even. Oh
And
my
see,
God, just
sir,
like looking
Steve
at my
was taking
dad,
the car
I
out
just
of town.
can't. Oh my gosh, it's just so wrong on so many levels.
But
I
that's
just
how I
can't
looked
even-
at you as
I
a
can't,
daughter.
I
I
can't.
know young ladies tend to date older men in many instances.
Yes, I do,
But
but-
I have never seen a young, pretty lady date an old, broke man.
No.
Oh, so you said I broke.
So, you're getting sued. Something's wrong. You're getting sued.
I
And
got
I'm
hurt
trying
at
to tell
work.
you how I know she didn't want you. Because you're old and broke. And she young and fine.
So, thank
Then you
you.
get some old man money and you might catch her.
I am good looking now.
All right, that's right. Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
All right, I give it to you. I give it to you. All right, and your defense to that is that she changed on you because you didn't like her, but you do admit you failed to pay.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, now let's get to the counterclaim for car repairs.
Okay, when I got the car from her, I took the car home, and she told me the only thing it needed was tires. I bought all 4 brand new tires, and I noticed when I went to work, I had an oil leak under the bottom. I took it to my friend in San Antonio to the shop, and he says blown head gaskets. So he bought the parts, and he charged me about $600 labor because he had to take all these parts off in order to replace the gaskets on it. He did that, and I let her know that.
How long after he obtained the
Never.
car from you did he tell you this?
Never. I've never heard anything. Even when I had the car, there was never any oil dripping.
You have any evidence?
Yeah, just the receipt, sir.
And this is March 16th. He has a receipt
And he got the car
from
on
his
the-
buddy.
He got the car
goes
on the
out.
15th. That's the exact
good friend of
next
mine.
day, and he was still
Good friend of yours?
Yeah, he's a good
Oh,
friend.
even more than a buddy. A good friend.
he was
Sir,
still in Dallas at this time. So he's saying that he took
This
the
is
car
a
to
good
San
move. Go
Antonio.
buy a
That
book
doesn't
of
make any
receipts and
sense.
then right. Do you have any other evidence other than
No,
this
sir.
that the car
No.
that the car
No.
needed repairs, labor and parts is all it says.
Right.
Doesn't even say what the repair was for.
I mean, that's all he
Well, that's
gave
not
me.
enough.
Okay.
That's not enough evidence. Judgment for the plaintiff, he admits to owing you. I'm going to dismiss your claim for car repairs. I'm glad to see you all together.
Yeah.
Thank you for raising that young lady
Thank you,
without
sir.
her birth father, and thank you for
Thank you,
being
Judge Mathis.
helping the community and recovering
Can
and
I give her a
redeeming
hug, Your Honor?
yourself. Absolutely. I want to see y'all hug. Have a good day. That's it.
Well, thank you.